Hey guys, how goes it today? So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different on my channel now. I will be doing horror movie reviews. I've done some movie reviews before, mostly dinosaur themed, and also I had a shark theme going on for Shark Week, but I never picked back up on that, which I will probably eventually, if not, oh well. So today I'm talking about, obviously titled right here, You Might Be the Killer, came out in 2018. Which is a lovely homage horror comedy to Friday the 13th, another similar summer camp horror type movies that came out back in the early 80s, and I want to say like mid 90s as well, though there were some back then as well. But anyways, this film is super fun. I really enjoy it. I know a lot of people have not enjoyed it for some reason or never heard of it before, but I think it's really super cool. Just fair warning, there is spoilers in here. I will be talking about this movie. It came out in 2018. If you haven't seen it, go watch it before you watch the rest of this review. But this is just my opinion, my review on this movie, and again, I think it's overall super fun, and it's got a really good cast in it. But obviously, the main two you obviously know is, well, these two you see right here. I'm gonna butcher their names. I know it's Fran Kranz and Allison Hannigan. I believe I'm saying that now right, obviously. So right here, as you can see right in the middle, we have the killer. I believe he is dubbed the Woodcarver, which is super cool. I like that mask. It almost looks like he's got like a bit of a smile. A little bit, almost kind of looks like to me a little bit like a demonic Groot, or maybe Jim Carrey's The Mask. The Loki mask before he puts it on his face and goes all nuts and cuckoo, which is kind of a similar plot in this movie. Again, we'll get to that later. But yeah, so I really just like the dynamic of these two. Unfortunately, you don't see these two ever on screen together. They just talk to each other through the phone. But anyways, yeah. So. Again, it's a homage to the awesome Friday the 13th franchise, and it's just really super cool with a nice little twist to it. Obviously, hence the title, You Might Be the Killer. So, we'll start off with Allison Hannigan. She plays the character named Chuck, short for Charlotte, I believe. Obviously, everybody knows her from, I know her from How I Met Your Mother, but everybody probably knows her as like the first crush you ever see in American Pie as Michelle. She is awesome, but most people who are fans and also maybe horror related, you can also say you know her as Willow from the Buffy series, which I never really fully watched, but I know enough of it to enjoy it. And then we have Sam. Well, Fran playing Sam. He's the camp counselor of this campsite in this place, but everybody should know him from the horror movie Cabin in the Woods. Now, to me, I really think if you watch Cabin in the Woods, to me, I really think he'd be a fantastic Shaggy. And look at this. He looks like Shaggy. Come on. He needs to play Shaggy in a live-action film. I don't care what people say. He'd be a great Shaggy, period, end of story. So we're going back to summer camp. So obviously the movie takes place in the setting of a summer camp, obviously, hence, most of the theme in the movie. And so as we go here to Camp Crystal Lake, Camp Clear Vista. Yes, so Clear Vista is the setting of this campsite. This is Sam's family-owned campsite that's been closed down for quite a few years for some reason. Nobody wants to know why, or everybody knows why. But as you see, Sam here is trying to open up the campsite again and hires a bunch of his buddies and people he knows, and also his former crush. And so here are all the other camp counselors. The camp has not opened yet. He's just give them a tour and all that fun stuff. But then stuff starts happening. People getting slaughtered left and right, and Sam's trying to figure out what's going on. As you can see in Sam's hand, looks to be the mask of the killer, because plot twist, here we go, and guess what? Sam is the killer, possessed by the haunted woodcarver mask that has cursed his family's campsite for many years. Now, again, it's similar to like the mask. He puts it on, gets possessed, blacks out, doesn't know what the hell's going on. This shot right here, honestly, looks just like a Friday the 13th shot. So awesome. But I want to talk about the woodcarver, too. I really like the name of the killer. The mask looks awesome. The weapon is fantastic. It's supposed to be some kind of like crocodile jaw or a gator jaw or something like that with a blade. Obviously machete type character, but they wanted to not have a machete, so they kind of amalgamated their own thing right there. And look at that. That just looks so brutal, because you got like the slicing of it, and then you have the jagged teeth as well of the alligator jaw. Again, going back to the mask, I know it's a little bit kind of a darker image right here, but just looks terrifying in the dark. Like, if they made this to like a serious movie and had like a prequel series of the Woodcarver before this came out, and then you see like, oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, it'd be cool, like prequel type style, but yeah, it's all right. But again, going back to it being a homage to Friday the 13th, we have this, I believe this is the German release DVD, Blu-ray poster, whatever. I really want this, and it looks an awful lot like Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Obviously, you got the mask and the knife going through the eyeball and the blood and the title. Yeah, I actually would like to have that release of it. But the version I found was, the $9 DVD at Walmart a few years ago. Honestly, really good. I went in sort of blind picking this movie up. When I saw it, what I normally do, I look up trailers on my phone of like horror movies at like Walmart and Meijer, whatever. I see mostly Walmart. They mostly have some random ass horror movies. I watched that before I picked this up. So overall, I think this is pretty good. Again, it's not going to be a super long review because, it's just really I don't want to give too much away other than obviously Sam is the killer, which you kind of honestly figure out within like 10 minutes of the movie when things don't add up. Because again, Sam has all these blackouts, and then there's like one scene where Sam's talking to a couple of the people that are on the camp counselor side, and then he freaks out and tells them, guys, the killer's right there, and nobody responds to him, like he's not there. So it's kind of weird that Sam's seeing himself outside of the killer mask while he acts as the killer. And I think it's just super cool how it kind of fits. It's also sort of like meta, so kind of like throw Scream in there as well. So it's super meta horror, and also with his friend Chuck, as he calls her back and forth. She works at a comic book shop called Rings of Saturn, which is also a good metal band, by the way. But she works at Rings of Saturn, a comic book shop, and she's like the horror expert. She goes around looking at different things here and there to figure out what's going on, who could the killer be, how can they stop the killer. And she at one point pulls out the Necronomicon of the Evil Dead, which is so awesome to see. I couldn't find a screenshot of that, but it's super cool. And then she's got a little mug that says like we all go a little mad sometimes. That's in Norman Bates Psycho, also quoting that, and they quoted that in Scream as well in '96. But anyways, I like that Chuck is the horror guru expert, which is sort of what I am to my friends. So if they would call me and ask me about horror movies or suggestions, they ask me all the time. So I kind of related to Chuck in a way, which is cool. And Sam, well, again, he's just overall great. He's similar to his character in Cabin in the Woods, but a little more serious in this. But overall, good movie. Go give it a watch. And with that being said, you guys take care and be excellent to each other.